Budget peeps, how we doing? I hope you're all having a fantastic day. My name's Marie if you're new to the channel, and if you're a regular, hi, it's lovely to see you. It's been a long time since we've done a check-in. In fact, the last check-in I think I left you on hubby's business launch day. We're here to do everything cash stuffing, and check-in is part of the cash stuffing process. So the month has happened. As you can see, even though I've not been here checking in with you and cash stuffing with you, it's still happened. It's still been going on. I've managed to sit down today. Life has been an absolute whirlwind these past 3 weeks. I think I checked in with you on Easter, said a quick hello, showed you Polly's dress, etc., and unstuffed our Easter binder. But time has just run away with me this month. I think I'm going to chalk it down to experience. With starting a new business, it is not easy. It's hubby's business, running a sweet stall. And I've been tagging along with him to sort of watch over things while he pops to the toilet and things like that. So my time has just vanished because I've been sitting on his sweet stall with him. So yeah, and he's been working flat out. He's done some major events, which have been fantastic. And it's been wonderful seeing happy smiley faces of children having sweeties and all of that, and attending the events and watching the goings on with him and so forth. And this has taken a back seat. And believe me, I know it's not good to let your own finances take a back seat, because things can get in a mess pretty quickly. So, as I said, I'm going to put it down to experience, April, and sort of move forward. But let's have a little recap of what we did and, you know, what we spent, where it went, what went wrong, what went right. So let's just have a look. So launch day. It wasn't a big fanfare day for hubby's business. It was the day he just started his business, and his first venture out wasn't until actually the Saturday afterwards with his sweet stall. So he was still sort of preparing, painting his trailer and getting everything sort of ready for his first outing. His first outing was meant to be on the 10th, but he ended up going out on the 12th because he wasn't quite ready. So on the launch day, we went out and got a little bit of food, £2.64. We was just so busy I didn't have time to go to the bank to get any money out, so I just was using whatever cash I got in my purse. We had a couple of coffees, and we bought a jumbo, I think it was, for the dog Kobe, so 62p on that. The next day I went to the college. I had my hair done, lovely, enjoyed that. They stripped all the colour back out of the ends for me and redid the ends again, and it was looking lovely after they'd finished. The day after, on the 8th, we went for a McDonald's breakfast and popped into Aldi for some milk. It was as simple as that, because hubby has literally been flat out working, trying to get everything ready for the business. And I've been doing some printing out of his invoices and things like that, because he's been buying this, that and the other for getting things ready. He went out and got a food shop with me on the 25th. Sorry, on the 9th, which was £25.81 at Asda. The 10th was a no-spend day, as was the 11th and the 12th. We didn't stuff our emergency fund. I don't think I can remember back that far. The 13th was no spend. The 14th was no spend. It was just absolutely flat out. He went out on his first venture out with the stall. It was very well received. Everybody said how lovely it looked, how reasonably priced it was. So yeah, happy days. Really, really loved it. Where are we? On the 15th, hubby was poorly on the 12th. He had an abscess on his tooth, and things went downhill pretty quickly. So that's why he didn't go out on the Sunday with his stall. And by the Monday, he was in a pretty bad way. By the Tuesday, his face was so swollen, he looked like, I don't know, Quasimodo. His eye was closed, it was all swollen up, so he went to the dentist. He had a major infection. £47.90 that we didn't budget for at the dentist, which will come out of our healthcare binder, which I've got to put back into the bank because hubby paid for it with the card. He went to Aldi, I went to Aldi, I think, got a few little bits and posted a parcel off for £4.99. The next day I was at Poundland, bought a couple of bits for £2 and a couple of bits from Aldi for £2.58. No spend the following day. the day after, hubby was a lot better. He'd had his tooth removed that day and all the infection drained. And he's much better now, much better, thanks to that. So yeah, he did have to have his tooth removed. On the Friday the 18th, we went to the warehouse to restock for his business, and on the way back we couldn't help but pop into IKEA for tea. 14.25, had some of their delicious meatballs. We then, where are we now? I think we then raided the binder for Easter, didn't we, on the Friday? I can't remember. We bought £10.45 worth of pet food and pet products, and we spent £81.39 in Asda on quite a lot of stuff. I can't remember what we bought, but yeah, happy days. We had a lovely Easter. No spend both days. We'd already bought the Easter gifts for the children at Christmas. What we did was we bought some Christmas selection boxes, emptied them and put them into bags and decorated the bags with Easter stickers. So was their little Easter gift bag. So it wasn't an Easter egg, it was the items that you'd find in a selection box. And I bought the selection boxes when they were on sale. I think they were sort of like 50p each or £1 each, I can't remember. And there was more chocolate therefore for the children than just having a small Easter egg. So that's what we did for the grandchildren for Easter. And then the next day I went and got some petrol for my car, which was £10, and we had a McDonald's breakfast for £8.78. The next day was a no spend day, which was on the 23rd. The day after was £3.5p in Asda, £2 on the pets, and £2.74 on some food. I think that was probably a sandwich or something like that. The day after we went and bought something for the pets for £1.50, probably some chews for the dog. Miscellaneous was £3.50 and £2, so I can't remember exactly what that was, but little bits that we'd picked up. It was a no spend day on the 26th, and hubby darling, we worked out his takings from the 12th to the 26th from his business. So he went out on the 12th, he went out with his business on the 17th, on the, trying to think now, I think it was the 19th, the 23rd and the 26th. I think those were the days he went out with his business, and he's had to pay a lot of money out because he's been booking up events, and these events, when you're classed as a caterer, that's what he is, are very expensive. And one of the events he had to pay for was £250 just to sell his sweets. So yeah, so a lot of money has gone out of the business to pay for upcoming events, but he did manage to take a small wage of £195. Not a lot for all the work he's put in, but hopefully over time, when he's done them bigger events, it will pay off, hopefully. We budgeted this month for £545 worth of wages. We only took £195, so he is short £350 from our April budget. So I took the decision not to stuff the cash envelopes, and I don't think I put anything into the emergency fund either. That was my decision for us to enable to have enough money in the bank to pay the mortgage and everything else that's coming out at the very beginning of the month. And what I found also is be careful with direct debits, because you think they're coming out on a certain date, but they don't. Because when you've got a bank holiday weekend like we have coming up now, I found out today, the 30th, direct debits can come out early. They can, I think it's 3 days earlier or 3 days later. So it's not a set day. It's coming out on that day. So be careful of that when you're doing your budgeting, and, allow that buffer in your bank account for those direct debits to go out early is what I'm saying. Because if you budget to zero in your bank account and those direct debits come out 3 days early, you're going to go into overdraft. So just be careful and be mindful of that. So, so that's where we're up to now. So that was on the Saturday. Went out and did a fabulous event on Saturday called Spring into St George's Day. in our hometown. It was expected to be 12,000 visitors, and hubby was serving somebody every 2 minutes. Amazing, absolutely amazing. Everybody supported him. It was absolutely fantastic. Really enjoyed it. So then on the Sunday, he worked from like early hours of the morning till late on the night time, and then he had to get up the next day and do it all again the next day. And he had another very busy day on that day too. We managed to spend £11.06 in Aldi at some point during the day on the way home, I think it was. Monday was a no spend day. He had his gym money go out that day. And then yesterday we decided we visit family on a Tuesday normally, and on the way to visiting the family we had a Toby breakfast for £11.96 because they had a special offer on $4.99 for a Toby breakfast, and the coffees were $2.99 each. So that's what we decided to do. Today is a no spend day, so we've added up the no spends. We wanted 15 no spend days, we actually got 13, so woo, I'm happy with that considering what a hectic month we've had. And I'd also like to say on the 29th, my son, who lives in Taiwan with his wife and the 2 children, 2 granddaughters, came home to the UK to live again. So welcome home. I can't be more happy. I feel very sad for his family in Taiwan and her family in Taiwan. Obviously they've had to, you know, I'm welling up now because they're going to say goodbye to them. They will be back to visit, but they've decided to come back to the UK and stay in the UK now. So yeah, so they've got a loss. So their loss is my gain, as they say. Just as when they went out there, my loss was their gain. And I know it's horrible to, you know, miss them that much, and you do miss them. So I'm ecstatic that they're home, and also emotional that they've had to say goodbye to their other family. It's so hard to be separated from family like that. So I'm sending love and hugs to the family in Taiwan because I know what they're going through. Yeah, it's going to be hard for them. So, but yeah, welcome home, guys. I cannot wait to see you. They've come home. They're in a hotel at the minute, so they will be coming back to their house shortly. But yeah, I can't wait to see them and give them big hugs. So that leads us into today. Here's where we are. So we're going to unstuff our wallets. Normally I do it on a Thursday, unstuff on a Thursday, but hubby's working now on a Thursday, so I cannot do my unstuffing on a Thursday. So I've moved it to a Wednesday. So I will unstuff on a Wednesday. So that's what I'm doing today, but the video will actually, the video is going to be uploaded tonight, so you'll see that I've unstuffed on the Wednesday, and I'll do back-to-back filming. So I will be filming the next video to show you the restuff that we're going to do for the week ahead, which starts on Thursday, the 1st of May. Very all about face. And this is what I was taught, this is the reason I've not been doing my videos, is because where my normal routine was totally messed up with hubby creating his new business and working on certain days when I did certain things for my cash stuffing. So I've had to sit down and rejig everything that I do and work out, well, how am I going to do my cash stuffing when I'm sitting with him on the stool? I can't be here filming, so I've had to rejig rejig everything around. So that's where we're up to. So let's unstuff the wallet for the last 3 weeks and see how much we've got left. And trust me, there's not a lot left. So let me pop that there out of the way, grab the wallet and see what we've got left. So here we go. It's a long video, I'm sorry, but it's been one of them. It's been one of them, hasn't it? So let's have a nosy. It's been a long time, hasn't it? A lot to fit in since I saw you last. So I'm going to try and make this unstuffing and cash stuffing as quick as I possibly can. I'm just taking the money out of my wallet and putting it into my money boxes. So let's have a look what we've got left. We've got all this change here. I've got food change left over that I would normally put into my food envelope, well, hamper envelope for Christmas, but I'm not going to. I'm going to chuck it in with this lot because it's only change and there's no notes. So that's what we've got left in the food envelope. Nothing in transport, nothing in pets, nothing in personal, nothing in gifts, nothing in entertainment, nothing in emergency. Now, I've actually used my emergency money, which was £100, because I've not been to the bank at all to get any money. So I've been using this to get through the weeks. So that's gone. So that needs putting back in. And I've got the income there for next week to restuff. So that's where we're up to on the binder. So let's move the binder out of the way. This is what we've got left. So let's have a look. Where are we? Let's put all the twos. Let me just zoom you out. I haven't zoomed you out. I was already zoomed out, wasn't I? So let's put all the coppers straight away in 2p. Am I going to count it? No. I don't think so. I think I've kept you waiting, kept you on hanging on long enough, haven't I? So let's just get rid of all this change. And May is a new month. Tomorrow we're into May already. Can you believe it? Wow. It's just crazy. Absolutely crazy that we're already in May. So I'm just going to bung all these coppers into Penny. Come on, Penny. I haven't done my count up for April to see how much we saved because obviously I haven't been doing my cash stuff in, so I haven't been putting my pennies in, and I've not stuffed my sinking funds because of the deficit in the wages or the emergency fund, so there's no point doing the count up really. So we will do it in May, I think, so otherwise I'm going to be so far behind I'll never catch up. So that is the 2s and 1s going in there. Happy days. 5p's. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, oh, missed it, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100 and £1.5p is going into our post box. There we go. So yeah, it was disappointing that hubby didn't make the £545 we were hoping for his wages, but I understand why, because he has to pay for those events because they have to be paid for in advance. One of those events is, oh look, a penny there, one of those events isn't until June, so you know we're only just coming into May, so it's going to be a long time since he realised, for him to realise that money back, if you see what I mean. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, £1. Oh, there's another 5p there. What am I like? All over the place. 10, 20, 30, 40, so that's £1.40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, £2, 2, 4, 60, £2.60p is going into Pippa. There we go, here she is. So we're going to put our silver into Pippa. In it goes. There we go, that's into Pippa. And our last 50p is going into, ouch, Smiler. Oh, there you go. In it goes, Smiler. He's saving up for a bedroom makeover, and so is Pippa. One's saving for windows and one's saving for the makeover in the bedroom because it desperately needs doing. It'll get done eventually one day, you know, as it is. So that's it for my cash stuff in, for my check-in today. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm going to leave it there and I will see you for our cash stuff in on Friday. So yeah, I'm going to film it now and you'll see it Friday. So until I see you then, ciao for now. Thank you for watching.